Hello everyone, Michi Hoyer from Avid Chronic Racing back here, and yep, we're gonna have another run in the Porsche around Watkins Glen. Starting a bit earlier today because I found out something about the toe-in, toe-out setting on the front end of the car that could actually help me have a better turn-in or have a better front end in general. So 37 degrees ambient temperature. I take stuff as it is and see what I can do with the current set. And probably there's a lot of pre-race testing going on now. So the qualifying session is about to start in 45 minutes. And yeah, would like to welcome you guys here on the stream. Welcome and encourage you to make use of the chat, give me some hints, give me some further feedback, maybe give me some help also, as I'm trying to improve the front end of the Porsche. I'm already getting into a decent rhythm for the upcoming race later. I've settled down a little bit after a little disappointment in the last race before. Probably also have to apologize a bit on that some sort of rage I was having there. I mean, obviously Olsen won that race and deserved that win to some extent as well. I just felt myself being a bit unlucky, finding me behind that back marker that some sort of refused to give way. And I don't care whether people are saying it didn't influence your car physics at all because it was too far away anyway. The gap was lower than 5 or 6/10, so to me that is a distance where you should give way in order to at least to reduce the distraction of the driver behind. As I damaged the car way too hard there on that exit wall. So I'm trying some stuff out here on the setup. Definitely, since I want to have that performance definitely improved of the car. I'm really looking for settings and things that can make me somewhat faster there. So I'm really looking for a better front end there. And if you guys got some knowledge or got some hint in the Porsche and be able to help me on that would be great. So in those conditions with race fuel, we're definitely looking into scoring some 49s, I think. There you go, that was a good run through Sector 1 from my point of view. Bit too impatient there. Hey Rian, well, a little bit, because I had a hot bath in between, could get some few minutes on sleep, so definitely on my way to get a bit better. Still not feeling entirely good, but that would be a lot to ask, I have to say, after all that stuff going on. Nevertheless, some progress was made. That ghost is annoying. So let's see where to put that off. Display. Display reference car, there you go. That's gone now. Look at the garage. And I hope I'm slowly getting somewhere with the setup here. I really want to make that section flat out no matter what when being on a fast lap. Hey Robert, thanks for joining me in here as well. I would like to welcome everyone else being with me together on the stream here. So Mr. Robert, what would you do to improve the front end of that car? As I'm still learning how to let the car go towards the exit of a corner without being turning too much. Hey Alex, thanks for rejoining. Happy you're here. Oh, thank you very much, Robert. That was a decent run through here. Really letting the car go and carrying the speed, and you can see that in the top bar with the time delta slowly going towards 0. So the anti-roll bar at the front is set to the softest setting available there already. So I cannot do much about the leaning in the front, rather than increase the ride height to give the suspension a little bit more travel range. That's probably the only thing I can really do. And obviously not run wide. Alex, what you mean by jumping up and down? Yeah, contact. So, Robert, here's your glance on what I have on the car. So there's tire pressures. Not too much really been set here. Not sure whether they are really right or wrong. Looking at the chassis. So increase to what? Would you expect? Would you make A or B blade 2? Maximum would be 7. Stiffer effective anti-roll bar means more understeer. It says here, so that's why I set it soft. And obviously from my actual knowledge on race cars. Toning is negative at the minute. Should that be positive, I think? So less front toe out means less temperature buildup, and more front toe out means better turn in. So negative turn toe in is a toe out. Ah, yeah, jump up and down on my seat. Oh yeah, I could really do that. So I put ARB in the front now to number 2 plate, and then I will have a go and see how that goes. So sometimes some practice sessions are really helpful. No, Robert, I'm currently in Discord, so you can join me in here for the voice chat. Just probably you need to make sure that you mute my stream on the other end. So next time I'm into the pits, I'm gonna hop with you into Discord. That's alright to me. Okay, didn't touch the wall, so because I'm still eager to find out on that ARB setting to work or not work. I have no clue whether it's really bottoming out or not. I increased it because at some point it felt better to increase that, so that's why I run it a little bit increased. So now let's see if there is improvement in the set. Turn 1 was good. Maybe I haven't had the most decent run through 2 and 3. I have no clue whether this new setup is a real improvement or not. Actually, it seems like. Let's see if I can still improve. So I could still drop the right height there, Alex, I'm sure. Setup wise, I'm sure I can still drop it. Oh yeah, Alex, I would be particularly interested in that. Since I'm looking for Discord to see whether my friend Robert is around. There you go. So Robert, you here?
Yep.
Great stuff. Right, so I was thinking about what to change there, and I always thought a softer anti-roll bar means more ability from the front to carry speed throughout the corner, so that's why it was so soft.
Well, to some degree, yes, but not on initial turning in. And even just watching your stream is enough to tell that the front end just squats so easily that it doesn't provide enough responsiveness on the front end. So that's why the lazy initial turn in creates this understeer that you are having and complaining so much about it.
I see. So what would you set now? Because I had the ARBs at the front on 1 and in the back on 2, and now it's currently 2 and 2. As you can see, probably
Okay.
in the...
Yeah, it's there's a little delay, like a 10-15 seconds. So yeah, but I can see. Camber. Okay. This toe in on the rear is quite high. I don't know if Porsche actually likes such toe. I have no idea, but
It was even higher, and I thought it gave some stability, but I wasn't lacking anything with taking it down. So
well, by having such high toe in, it would actually create some understeer in mid corner. So if you are having some difficulties in mid corner when you feel like the rear end is holding you back, like something is like holding the rear end from actually rotating in a corner, going a bit lower on toe in actually will make a better, let's call it some a bit more sliding a bit. It will be a controllable slide, but it will create you a bit more turning potential.
I see, yeah. Well, yeah, I felt the car now to be rotating even more in the back, but I'm not sure whether this came from the ARB setting in the front and now to be stiffer.
It could, but yeah, it's all about figuring out how the car responds to every change. So right now I'm learning as you go because in iRacing I have some experience, but
Yeah.
not with the new Porsche Cup. I had experience with old Porsche Cup car, so I can't speak about the new one. But if it's similar, then going lower on toe in should help you a bit.
Okay. So I'm just going to put iRacing a bit more quietly so I can hear you while driving. I just wanted to give it another shot, and then I saw that voices were mixed up. So I get it one click lower in the rear end again, which is 0.5 millimeters. And then let's see whether how the car behaves then.
Just remember that I'm around 15 seconds behind you, so every time you say something is better or worse, or if I see an improvement, you have to remember that I see everything in such a delay.
Okay. Yeah, I try to keep that in mind. Feels weird though, although I'm used to it from all that engineering from FSR back then. Judging stuff on pictures that's 30 seconds old.
Yeah, exactly. Have you tried streaming on Twitch? I believe Twitch has much smaller delay.
I'm currently streaming on both, so you can also enter the Twitch one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/Michi Hoyer.
Okay, I've got it. Yeah, it's so much better here. It's only 5 to 10 seconds delay.
Okay.
15-20.
Fair enough. So just for your information, I think we have like 15 minutes to go until I need to exit this and subscribe to the event then.
No problem. There's a plenty.
Yeah. Yeah. You really need to nail that turn 2 and turn 3 in order to make it out flat through, flat out through that.
Yeah, Cup car doesn't really have that much downforce, so
yeah.
Basically, it's either you nail it or you go wide because there is nothing to hold you and track with all this stuff. Also, I believe cup tires are a bit more narrower than fully fledged GT3 tires.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes I fear of really overheating my tires and therefore destroying the car balance mid-race, but I can't actually see because iRacing doesn't really show in the in-game LCD.
Yeah. But yeah, iRacing really doesn't like overheating the tires, so basically throughout the whole race you have to drive like at 90% because if you go above that you basically destroy the car.
Yeah, I agree.
That last turn is quite interesting how the car responses to input.
Nope. It's just sometimes you hit that inside curve and the car's been pulled around, and the other time you go around nothing happens. So I'm trying maybe to get the rear end one click stiffer on the ARB again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see what happens and react accordingly.
I mean, the last thing I want to basically have is then, I mean, a car that turns good in 2 or 3 corners but is super bad on stability in others. I had this phenomena with Assetto Corsa on Thursday in that race, so I was on equal wings or something, or on one click lower front than in the rear. Sorry, one click higher in the front. And car was fine around Malaysia, turn 12, car was good. And then I said, I'm feeling like having aerodynamical balance too far in the back. So I decreased the rear wing by one another click, and I could not make turn 12 anymore whatsoever. I was just flying away every single time I went through there.
Yeah, that's why I really love tweaking the setup. It's okay, even if it's a bit of RNG, it's still a challenge for me. That's why I love digging my teeth into things.
Yeah. Yeah, the final two corners definitely faster like that. Let's see about the main issue now.
Right now, what I'm suspecting might be the issue could be cambers, because it looks like I'm not really into iRacing tire physics, but if it was affected too, it would be so much easier to play that. Anyway, it looks like there might be some issues with trying out. You know what? If there is still time, maybe we could try a different approach on cambers and see what happens. If it doesn't work, we could always go back, revert to old settings. If it works, then cool.
So,
just show me what are the cambers right now.
There you are, it's minus 2.3 in the back and minus 3.5 in the front. James, I'm not too sure about the railroad setting.
Let's go 3.1 on the front and 2.7 on the rear.
Okay.
I'm just really curious what will happen.
What
I think will happen, there will be a bit better grip on turning in, but a bit less on mid corner, but it will be a bit better due to higher rear camber, which will make a bit more playful, let's put it that way.
Okay. James, I'm not too sure about railroad. It builds up, but I'm not really sure about its effect on the grip. Haven't really found out that yet. I think there's some minor grip increasement. Yeah. It's actually interesting that I'm making up time on my own currently. Because the car not really feels faster. But it seems to be.
What I learned over the years is sometimes it's the best to stop asking questions and just accept the reality.
Yeah, sometimes it's really, you really need to do it.
But it appears so what I was thinking was actually the right thing, so Good for us. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. Bit too much understeer through 2. So I need to lift in 3. Still minus though. But it's gonna be 0 at the end of that straight.
Wasn't that bad, actually.
No. I think in that uphill right-hander there was the most effect of the setup change.
Yeah. Now I can see that right now.
Yeah.
It appears that this change without few mistakes could be worth at least half a second.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already 0.4.
And that is faster than the time that was set on the virtual racing school there. That guy was a 48.460 or something, with the same fuel load, I believe.
But was it the same weather though?
Now that is the question. But 37 degree is quite hot for iRacing.
Yeah, really hot.
Well, I had the race today in 43 conditions,
That's
so
serious then.
I think that temperature thing is seriously broken on iRacing.
Maybe not broken, just exaggerated.
Yeah, I mean it's
In
physically
iRacing,
it's right.
Sometimes even 4 or 5 seconds. Real life, it is not worth 4 or 5 seconds. 2, 3 at most, with most extreme cases with a bit.
I agree.
So yeah. Still gaining. So
Yeah.
In some corners which were really bad when I was watching you before I joined you on Hoist. It was really bad. Those corners too.
Well, it will remain bad. Probably. One thing I'm really lacking is the ability to go out, nail laps, go back, and do it all over again in the same manner.
It was interesting how you turned in and braked for the last corner. You did it in a fashion which was amusing, to say at least.
What you mean there?
You basically threw the car into a corner, which shouldn't really work with Porsche. So
Yeah.
oh, you can see that you hit the wall. But do you feel this was an improvement with camber range?
A bit, yeah. I mean, time-wise, in that one lap, of course, and it worked. The car was considerably stable out of the turns, which I appreciate.
You have wing setting 5.
Yeah.
Huh.
What would it was 6 before? What would you put it? The maximum was 9. Some people would say 1. Haven't tried that yet though.
You know what? Let's. I believe if you had a bit lower wing rear, it could improve your run on turn 2 and 3. So maybe pump and lifting required, because it will shift the aerodynamics, the balance more towards front end, which it will actually produce more downforce, because sometimes people don't know that just by decreasing too low, one seems to be too low, maybe 3. What I was saying, some people don't really realize that just by lowering the rear end, they think they only lowering the rear downforce. In reality, they are also increasing the front downforce. So it's basically one step lower. Basically, it's almost like as 2 steps.
I see. So probably need to hurry up a bit. So one final try.
Anyway, from what I've seen in corners in Sector 2, it's not that bad. Apart from that little slide you had, I don't know which corner was that.
Yeah, now I'm a little bit more concerned about final corner, because sometimes I exit that on a slide too, and then obviously I'm still concerned about turn 2, 3. But I'm approaching that right now.
On my end, it didn't look really bad the last corner. Maybe you want to hold with it in the race?
Yeah, I was a bit too eager there. But that looked good, apart from the cut.
I still believe if you hadn't rode over the curb, would still take.
What?
I think even if you didn't rode on that curb on turn 2, it would still be able to make it through full top.
Yeah, could be. Time-wise, I'm looking great.
Oh, really good. Basically, from the beginning of the session to now, we've gained maybe 7 tenths, 8.
Quite a bit though. So 48.1 in the end.
And just before the final corner in your stream.
Yeah. Okay.
Looked okay.
Garage. Save as 2. So thank you very much. Quit. Yep. And then quickly join that race session.
Yeah, and I will be trying to be as silent as possible. I won't really talk that much.
Okay. Thank you for help though.
I will only talk when you ask me to.
Yeah, maybe I feel fine being in some conversation sometimes. Have you seen the other race though?
Which one?
Uh,
Because you had a few.
4 hours ago.
That one? No, I don't believe so. No.
Okay. Was a shame. Started from pole, was leading the race till lap 11, and then there was some
Oh, that one when you finished third.
no second in the end.
Oh, yeah, this one, yeah, I did. Sometimes I get confused with all these
Yeah.
videos that I usually see.
I was so mad about this. I think there was some broken netcode thing going on because I clearly felt some touch from that guy. Haven't looked by looking at the replay, obviously. It didn't look like a touch, but I felt the car was impacted by something, became unsettled, so that's why I hit the brakes in time.
Yeah, I believe I even saw contact 0x displayed.
That was the race where I got third in the end. That was
Oh, okay,
that was just in the beginning, running wide in turn 1. But yeah, I remember that too. That guy literally didn't give me any space to come back. So Alex, as it turned out to be that the rear wing actually had some kind of impact on the car balance. To my surprise as well, obviously. But anyway, I think we're already joining the practice session of our race session. So that means qualifying be on in 2 to 3 minutes. Fingers crossed that the temperatures are not above 40 this time. And fingers crossed they are not below 35, because that would mean... Oh, 37, so we tested in the very same conditions just 20 minutes ago, so that means car balance should be perfect. Having a look at the set, yeah, that is the same used. I just saw that the camber went down to 2.5 for some reason. Sometimes sometimes you put settings on and the next time you do the car inspections they're corrected or something. As you can see now, watch the stream. Watch the stream.
Yeah.
What happens there?
Okay, 2.6. Ooh.
Yeah. And it jumps back. Yeah, it actually jumps back. I keep it like that now.
Okay.
Because.
Oh, but did you change the cambers on one end and didn't on the other end? Because I think if you had one wheel with 2.5 and the other changed to 2.6 and you clicked apply, it changed to 2.5 just to have equal, I think.
Keep watching the stream there.
Okay.
And watch what happens.
Stays 2. Yeah, see, you had 2.8.
Yeah, then it goes 2.7, and then I put it 3.0 on the left, and it goes 2.8 then.
And if you increase both, then interesting. That's a bug that maybe they should fix.
Yeah, actually it makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Okay, keep it like that. It wouldn't be 6, 2.7.
Sounds strange again now.
Muted, so I have
no
idea.
No. It's just I think because I joined in a new window.
Sounds okay on my end.
Yeah, for you it sounds okay because the output on OBS is like centralized. But the output on my headphones is slightly different.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Off for qualifying then.
And remember, it's either pole or nothing.
Yeah. Probably will exactly like that. Pole or back from the grid. This time around there's like no real road whatsoever.
I believe iRacing uses live main. Was it nice? I don't know.
Not too sure, but this live weather is broken then anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but Marcel was talking about temperatures in Africa too.
Nope. That turn 3 was for trash. Car's a bit unsettled now. For whatever reason.
Give it one more lap. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, I need to do it anyway.
Okay.
I only do have 2 shots in qualifying anyway. Me. Yeah, so pressure for lap number 2 is on. I felt be able to control it.
Let's try to keep doing. Don't overstress the end widgets. Try to hit the markers on apexes.
Nah. Could have been worse. 1:48.2. It's pole.
Congrats.
Yeah. Looking at the optimal, I could still vomit, but okay.
Without mistake towards the turn 1 and turn 6, I still think mid 47 was totally on the table.
Yeah, sure. So now I'm particularly interesting because I do see Theodore Olsen again in the lobby, and that was exactly the guy I felt being pushed in that downhill right-hander turn. Although he didn't push, so it probably was a broken netcode thing from iRacing in that perspective. But yet again, he's in the same split. So it seems like that this battle is going to emerge ever again. As I think Tobias Traps, the guy that's now in second place, was in third place in the other race 4 hours ago as well.
But anyway, I'm really pleased how they are progressed. Seeing that actually brings a smile to my face.
Yeah, there was some progress being done, definitely. However, I'm not too sure whether I put in a 47 point something in the other room, but I can't remember the temperatures. Probably I did a 48.8 or a 49.8, and they did a 50 point something in that 43 temperature on the track. Yeah, Alex, I'm trying to do so. I vote for broken netcord as well, but this time I definitely want to take some revenge on it and to do better to not let that happen again.
And now I'm sad because I'm all out of coffee.
All out of coffee.
Yep. Had already 3 of them, like the past 2 hours.
My third is a bit. There is a bit left still. All right.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Yeah, thanks.
Going to silent mode.
Thank you, James. Thank you, guys. I hope to finally bring this one home. Actually, I do need a better start than last time around. The initial giveaway wasn't that good. Well, let's see. So here are the lights. So that was a fairly good start to me, and I saw someone spinning in the back. That was not Olsen though. So he's right on me with 0.6, 0.5 of a second gap. That car is carrying so much speed onto that straight. No, that was a little mistake. Into the downhill right-hander. But now actually got him on my tail. I'm sliding too much up in that third hill corner with a low rear wing. I'm currently still fine. I don't know exactly what he tries to do with blinking there in the back. But I'm not really vulnerable to that. Ah, no, there you go. That's P1 gone. Little mistake into turn 1. But this time I can only moan about myself. He's braking so much later still. And the car seems to be so stable on his end. I mean, I would love to try to stay close and see what I'm doing differently.
I will explain you what you are doing different because I've been really observing your driving and I think I know what seems to be an issue. That will be after the race.
Okay. Let me guess, too much turning the wheel?
No, you will see.
Okay.
After the race, because it will take a while.
Okay.
To explain.
That was close. I think the rear tires are starting to go off a bit. So yeah, no doubt Olsen is definitely faster than I am. Yeah, I really need to be more careful with the rear now. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, I agree, Dave. There's too much tire scrubbing going on. As now Tobias is picking up the pace. That was a good sector one. Tough question. I'm still no real fan of iRacing, to be fair. Some things are still odd. Although I have to say that the system itself was considerably okay the past 3 or 4 or 5 races. I mean, all you have to basically do is to stay clean and out of trouble. I mean, yeah, the sim is much more enjoyable to me now a bit since I especially started to learn a bit more of it. I'm misjudging that breakpoint even more now. Let me say it this way: it makes more fun now rather than 4 or 5 weeks ago. Those races are definitely better than the Mazda MX-5 series. Yeah, but I had a look at the GTE yet. NC license, you're not allowed to run them. Maybe if I reach the 4.0 on the C license, then I am. But currently I'm not allowed. As we, yeah, yeah, enter final lap of that race. So my stupid me definitely brought me in that dumb situation to have someone on the back now on me. But I think we came nicely through S1 and the gap is 0.8 seconds, so if we do not miss further braking points, we look good to the end. Yeah, the Porsche is fun to race. It's considerably hard, but it's fun. And I mean, I need to enjoy iRacing somewhat, otherwise I wouldn't broadcast it to you running those series here. But I'm not feeling comfortable yet with that sim. Probably will do it as soon as I am as fast as the other top iRacers, which will still take a lot to learn, as we now take checkered flag for second position. And this time I do have nothing to mourn about others, only about me doing stupid mistakes. But yeah, in the end that was considerably okay.
So, okay, are you ready for drifting?
Yes, now I'm ready for the debrief.
Okay, I can see where's the culprit at. Basically, what you are doing is totally messing with your inputs on your pedals. Basically, what you are doing is basically page 1, number 1, chapter 1, not things not to do. What you're doing is braking too lightly, too early, and releasing them also too early. You are basically coasting throughout half of the corners and doing nothing. The car is basically coasting through most of the corners, and then when you stop coasting, you basically hit the throttle hard and basically burn the rear tires entirely. Front end doesn't grip enough because you are coasting, and what you should be doing is braking much harder, much later, because you are not even braking 75%. You are basically around 50-60% all of the time braking force.
Yeah.
And what you should be doing is braking a bit later, much harder, and then even much and slower, getting out of the brakes. Still try to be as little in the closed zone as you can, because when you are mid-corner and you are still not ready to hit the throttle and you are not on brakes, you're basically giving away good exit. And that's why every time when you exit, you hit the throttle really hard, trying to make up the lost time mid-corner. And what you would do, and if you did just that and just kept the brake just a little bit through mid-corner, making the front end bite a bit more and rotate through the corner, you will be able to apply more throttle early, but smoothly. So basically, you are basically I think that this guy, the Fyodor, that was behind you in qualifying, the one that finished in front of you, it was doing exactly that. He was just making his exits much better due to better pedal inputs and making up the time and that's why he got you, basically.
Okay, thank you for your opinion on that point, and I quickly want to comment on that. You saw the red flashing lights in the dashboard when braking?
Nope.
Okay. So in the Porsche, you
Yes.
have four times two red LEDs or something, and they start to flash as soon as you lock up the tires. And the thing is, I was constantly locking up the front with a brake bias of 46.5 to the front.
Can you go lower than that?
I could go lower, but you may have seen the slide into the downhill right hand in the last lap. In the
That one, yeah, I
yeah,
did.
in the very last. So that was the point where the front end was still rotating and the rear end was then locking up. So I was lucky not to lose it at that point, because as soon as you lose it in the rear end on braking, the Porsche is gone. That happened to me once and I couldn't catch it.
I think with better temperatures in the tires, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. A bit, at least, less of a problem, because I really think that the point when you started losing almost 2 seconds per lap after that guy overtook you, your tires were just overheated, and that's why you were sliding so much through even turn 2, turn 3. I basically saw you sewing the wheel, trying to keep it stable through that corner, and with better temperatures in the rears especially, it wouldn't be such an issue. So maybe with a better control on your pedals, with your pedals, it could improve your situation with wheels locking up, and etc. etc.
Yeah, probably need to work on that or run more practice sessions where I'm then fine to crash it more often until I fiddle it out perfectly. And that is something that was said in the chat right now as well. The load cell brake would be a big help on that, and I agree. With that potentiometer, it's a bit you know. On the other hand, you're definitely right. I probably need much more practice on that braking thing, and that's something really different to rFactor 2 or anything. Like in rFactor 2, as soon as you lock up, you go slower, so you brake less in order to not lock up, and you'll be fine more or less. But the braking here in iRacing seems so important. Some cars really need to be rolled, like the Formula Renault 2.0. That needs a lot of roll, that car. The Porsche probably needs a better brake performance. So anyway, was some interesting input there. Something else you saw?
Other than that, not really. Basically, I think 90% of issues that you have can be fixed with only fixing how you brake, because this coasting that you are doing in most of the corners, basically just giving away time, just giving away free time. And not only that, you are just basically also destroying the tires, because when you are coasting, you are allowing the front end to drop a lot more, cooking them basically. We are cooking them just by coasting, and if you apply just a little bit of brake, it doesn't really require that much braking, to be honest. Just even as barely touching the brake pedal could be even enough to get some more weight on the front tires, and it wouldn't let them to scrap as much, and temperatures would be lower, much more grip. The advantages of doing that are so huge that I think what you should focus on next should be exactly that, focusing on how you brake, when you brake, everything that is brake related.
Yeah, it could be really the case.
This happened to me. It's basically what I did some years ago when I totally changed how I brake, and it brought me like 1.5 seconds in almost every car. Just because I totally redesigned how I think about brake pedal. Before that, I was considering or looking at brake pedal as a means to stop a car. But after a while, I just started to think of a brake pedal as a way to balance a car mid-corner.
I see.
And after that, it basically skyrocketed my performance, especially in races, because my tires started to work a lot longer, way better. Everything just improved tremendously.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to try this new approach right now, or you don't have time for that?
On the one hand, I don't have time. On the other hand, I probably should take a rest due to the fever thing and stuff. Yeah, maybe in the new year, on the new track. I don't think I want to change too much now for Watkins Glen anyway, since it's Saturday already and track's gonna be changed in 2 days anyway. So, I keep it for now, and would like to thank you, Robert, here for joining me and give me some feedback, give me some input, and give me some help.
No problem.
Definitely appreciate that, and I would like to thank you, all the other guys here on the stream. Yes, Dragon, I'm braking with a clutch, but the clutch pedal has been put into the brake position, so I'm gonna share a video later on my channel, or I put it from private into public, so you can see what I did. Anyway, guys, I would love to get a load cell brake on. I would love to get a better rig. I would love to get more equipment, the button box, and everything like that. But currently, I'm saving money to paying car insurance, to paying other stuff, paying other bills, and try to save some money for better equipment, but that's gonna take some time. Anyway, guys, I love your support out here. Hope you had some enjoyable time with me and Robert here on the stream. Hopefully some knowledge you could use for yourself as well, just from listening to Robert's expertise. And yeah, I would like you to thank you very much.
You're too kind.
For watching. Well, I mean, you knew better than I did, so and I do think I do not know that bad, so there's definitely some expert knowledge going on. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching me. For those of you who do not come back to any stream, I'm not too sure whether I do any stream tomorrow or tonight still. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice weekend. Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope to see you guys racing soon. Goodbye.